Hi, I'm Joe Walensky, and I'm speaking with some of the presenters who will be at our ConveyUX conference in Seattle in February. I am visiting today with Kyle Soucy. Hello, Kyle. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, excellent. I'm in the Seattle area. Where are you talking to us from today?
I'm in Rochester, New Hampshire, about 90 minutes north of Boston.
All right, great. Well, we wanted to get an idea of some of the things you're going to be talking about. You're going to be presenting two sessions, one of which is short form and another is more workshop orientation. So, why don't we start with sins of a UX researcher? So that sounds very intriguing. So, what can people expect to learn from that?
Well, the sins talk is a really fun talk. It's really about all of the sins that we unfortunately do commit as moderators when we're conducting user research or usability testing. And the word sins might not be accurate. They may just be more or less mistakes. But nonetheless, it's really about how we're all human. We're not perfect, and we do create these mistakes from time to time. And I certainly have. In my 13 years of conducting user research and usability testing studies, I've made numerous mistakes, and I'm really going to lay it all out for everybody and share those mistakes, and even some that I've also witnessed from other moderators. And more importantly, not just the mistakes, but what we can learn from them, how we can try to avoid them, hopefully, in the future. It's a great talk for people who are new to the industry, who don't want to, fall into the same problems that we have as experienced researchers, or even for the experienced crowd. It's a great talk where they're actually getting a little bit of a reminder of the things that we should try and not to do. And one of the things that we talk a lot about in that presentation is the right and wrong ways to ask a question. That is something I get asked a lot as a moderator. How do we talk about certain things without being biased or being staying neutral? So it's a great way to get good tips on facilitating, and it should be very fun.
All right, great. Well, so that was your shorter presentation, but then you have a 90-minute workshop format, which is meant to be a little bit more interactive. And in that one, you're talking about collaging, getting
Yeah.
answers to the questions you don't know to ask.
Yeah, so the collaging workshop is very interesting because it's a technique that's not widely used yet in our industry for conducting user research. So we're going to not only learn about it, but we're actually going to watch a live demonstration of a collaging exercise. And the attendees will actually get to participate by creating their own collages, as well as moderating some collaging studies to get their hands dirty, so to speak, with the method. So in that 90 minutes, you're getting a great introduction into this technique and understanding really how to use this technique to connect with the participant and get them to talk about something that might be a little too sensitive or personal, and get them to open up in a way that really sitting down with a clipboard with some predefined questions really just can't do. So when the attendees go home after participating in this 90-minute workshop, they will have all the information that they need to really go off and conduct their first collaging exercise if they want to.
All right, great. And are there either for the previous session that you mentioned or this one, any certain projects you've been working on where you've used these techniques?
Yeah, the collaging exercise, it really has its roots in digital design agencies. So I've conducted collages for lots of different agencies, and that they just seem to get it more because their roots are in advertising, where this technique has been used a lot to get people's to gauge their reactions to ads. So it's kind of born in the marketing and the market research world, and we're using it now in the user research and UX world. So I've had a lot of interesting projects where I've done collaging studies with women to talk about their menstrual cycles for a pharmaceutical client, uh, and then something on the complete flip side with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation with PennDOT to talk about people and their commutes to work. So something that was actually very light, but the collaging exercise worked out very well. But really, where the collaging exercise works the most is when it's very personal. So I've talked with people who are suffering from chronic pain and cancer patients about their experience, and these were again pharmaceutical clients working on interfaces for them. So really did yield a lot of great research.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that presentation myself. So we'll see you here in Seattle.